The KP index. Who knows what the KP index is? Key performance. I wish it was that easy. It's called your planetary K index. Now the reason we call it the planetary K index is because the K stands for some 7-syllable German word which I can't even spell, let alone pronounce. Essentially what the K actually stands for is a unit of measurement that measures the amount of activity in our atmosphere. So, what do I mean by this? Well, we have all sorts of activity in our atmosphere. You can have nuclear, you can have radioactive, you can have solar is the biggest one. You can have geothermal, geomagnetic, geoelectric, you can have magnetothermal. There's a whole bunch of different types of activity or energy that can be at play in our atmosphere. Okay, within or just above the ozone layer. Okay, that's where all of this activity happens. So let's say the sun shoots a burst of energy towards us. The reason we don't burn up on the ground is because we have the ozone layer. But our satellites are on the outside of the ozone layer. So as the sun rays hit the ozone layer, and the ozone layer is then protecting us, it is literally doing a job to keep out all the energies from space, which means any satellite signals which are trying to come through the ozone layer are going to be kicked out. That means our satellites can't get through. Okay, so a high KP index means that there is activity on the ozone layer. That means that our satellites will not be able to get their signals through the ozone layer. Does it make sense? The KP index, by the way, goes from 0 to 9, not 1 to 10, because you can have 0 activity. Okay, so it goes 0 to 4, you can always fly. 5 and 6, you do risk assessment. And 7 onwards, 7 to 9, you don't fly, you don't even touch your drone. 0 to 3, you're okay. 4, it's active. 5 is a minor storm. From 5 onwards, it's already storm activity. These don't mean that you can see these storms. Sometimes you can, if it's an electric storm, meaning where it's just a lot of lightning very high up in the sky. That's part of the KP index. You'll have a high KP index if you see a lot of lightning shooting up in the sky. Okay? But at 5, you're still able to fly. You just have to do risk assessment. Okay? For example, if I'm in a bunch of buildings and there's a bunch of people around me and the KP index is 5, no way, Jose, am I flying. But if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing for me to crash into and there's nobody that I'm going to hurt, then yeah, maybe I'll fly with a KP index of 5. Okay? And then 6 onwards, you just don't touch it. 6 is... in fact, no, let's just say from 6 onwards, you shouldn't fly. Okay? I know peeps that do fly in 6 or have flown and they've gotten away with it, but let's just skip it safe. Keep it safe, and 6 to 9, we just don't fly our drone.